Welcome back, dear viewer, to another video on this new Exploding Hamster English-German hybrid channel. Thank you for your many views and comments in the last video. Today I want to talk to you about why Creative Assembly has not announced all Warhammer 3 starting factions yet, and how we know actually. And let me talk you through the clues that we have, Sherlock Holmes-like, and please comment down below whether you think this is just a hamster delusion, which it could be. I mean, of course, it's all just fun what we're doing here, but still, it's entertaining fun. And also, maybe this will help remove also some silly question like, who do you think will be the next faction spotlight on Reddit? I mean, it's so obvious. It's been released. You remember the hamster hype hypothesis? Creative Assembly has already released that with the star signs back in the beginning of 2021. But that is not the topic of the video today. I do speculate that there is still at least one faction missing from the Warhammer 3 factions announced so far. And this is how I know. Or this, at least, how I believe I know. You remember, back in the day, February, the Total Warhammer 3 trailer was released, and there has been additional Twitter posts by Andy Hall, who worked before at Games Workshop, and he made something very clear. He told us to read every word, and I think this is still true. We should make sure to listen to every word we hear about the release of Total Warhammer 3 very carefully. Obviously, back in the day, he meant the trailer and the map that one of the people in the trailer showed, but I think it's still true. And let me show you what I'm talking about. Similar days around that time when that was released, there was a big question, Q&A on the Total War Warhammer Creative Assembly blog. And they asked themselves the question, what races will be available in Total War Warhammer 3 at launch? And they wrote some things that have actually no meaning. We are excited to confirm a wider selection of individual races than any previous Total Warhammer core title. This contains no information. Also, here was the trailer, has also got no information. What do they tell us here? They just tell us that deep within the realms of Chaos, the four ruinous powers of Nurgle, Slaanesh, Tzeentch and Khorne prepare for war, and the two mighty kingdoms stand sentinel, the stern warriors of Kislev and the vast empire of Grand Katai. We can't wait to start introducing you to the 9 playable legendary lords that will lead these races into battle, including Katarine of Kislev. Now what does it tell us? Well, we have now learned that the 4 Chaos powers will be in the game, Warriors of Kislev will be in the game, and Kathai will be in the game, and we also know that for these specific factions we'll have 9 legendary lords. But nowhere, this is very interestingly phrased, in my opinion, very interestingly phrased. Nowhere do they say Total War Warhammer 3 will contain these factions. These are the factions of Total Warhammer 3 at release. This is very differently phrased. Okay, now you might say, well, they want to make this more roleplay-like, so they phrase it differently. Maybe, true. But I have something else, some other evidence that points towards a still hidden faction. And that is the interview that was done somewhere around May. Loremaster of Sotek has released that, and Turin has released that as well. And there's a little tidbit, something a developer said. He said each of the 6 races that we have announced. Now let us listen to that sound clip together. So, yeah, you can also hear it. Wait a moment for it. Let's open it here.
You know, the main driver for the campaign, and each of the 6 races that we've announced have got a very intimate connection.
Okay, each of these 6 factions that we've announced. Let's listen to it again.
For the campaign, and each of the 6 races that we've announced have got a very
interesting way to phrase it. Why would you phrase it like that? This is so strange, in my opinion. We're talking about the new Total Warhammer game. I mean, this developer has worked on this game for ages, for years now, and he knows what factions are going to be in the game. So, if you're talking about the factions in your game, and you know everything, and you're allowed to say all of it, wouldn't you say the 6 factions in the game? Why would you phrase it like this? Each of the 6 races that we have announced. This is so very, very strange to phrase it like this. It's like he has been briefed by the public relations department, telling them you must never say that there are other factions, and you must never say that there are only these 6 factions or races in the main game. Never say that. Never say that, because this is the only reason why anyone would phrase something, or phrase the sentence like this, because not all races for Warhammer 3 have been announced. What is your opinion? Do you think I'm delusional? I think it's very strange. If it would only be this one here, maybe it's still it's strange, but this in combination, read every word. This one here, and the very elusive phrasing here about the factions that will be in the game, which only tells us, well, these are in here, but maybe there's more. We don't know. That makes me think a lot about there may be something more. It makes me very sure about it, actually. You can see my speculation video hot top on in the eye. Additionally, a commentator, Wei, mentioned in my German video. Actually, he was the reason I started doing these English videos, so I hope you like it. He told me that he does not think that the Chaos Warriors, the Warriors of Chaos currently in the game, will be the Chaos Undivided. He thinks they will need a revamp, and but sees them as the human Chaos followers. He thinks that Chaos Undivided would be a united demon faction, beastmen and human units under one banner. And this made something click in my head, because obviously that is the 4th faction. Or it's actually the 3rd faction. Because Khorne, Tzeentch, Slaanesh and Nurgle are sub-factions of Chaos Undivided. And let's be honest, all these Chaos factions, I'm sure they will play differently, but they are not real true standalone factions like the Empire or the Dwarves, because they have so many similarities. Of course, the Creative Assembly will make sure they're very different and they will play differently, I'm sure, but in the end, they all have Chaos Warriors in red, green, blue and pink. They have all one main infantry demon, for example, the Plague Bearer for Nurgle. They've got the Horrors for Tzeentch and the Demonettes for Slaanesh and the what's the Khorne demon? It's not the Slaughterer. I forgot its name. It's not the Blood Crusher. It's the Bloodletter. Yeah, the Bloodletter for Khorne. And then they've got a dog. Everyone will get a dog. And a Chaos Beast, we've already seen that. Everyone has their Chaos Beast version, their dog version, their flying dog version, and possibly the Beastman variation. Maybe that's only Chaos Undivided. And this will be the main faction. And then we will have the 4 main factions for Total Warhammer 3, just as we had with Warhammer 1, which was Empire, Dwarves, Vampire Counts and Orcs, or Greenskins. Then in Warhammer 2 we had High Elves, Dark Elves, Lizards and Skaven. And now for Warhammer 4 we will have Kislev, Cathai, Chaos and the Ogre Kingdoms. And that, my friends, is the reason why I think CA has not announced all Warhammer 3 starting factions yet. And that is how we know. Please, give me a piece of your mind about this crazy speculation. I'd be happy to hear it. Hope you have a nice day. See you around.